So welcome back to the channel, guys. If you're new here, hit that subscribe button, ring that notification bell so you can stay up to date with all of the uploads that drop here. And so far on my channel, I've shown you overlays, I've shown you scenes, and I've shown you sources. Now we're going to go through filters. So filters are really important for you on OBS and your streaming. They can do multiple things. They can make things look better. They can change things. You can even have Chroma Key stuff going on as well. So this video is important. Make sure you got a notepad just so you can jot down some notes from this video. And if there's anything I'm missing, let me know down in the comment section below. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to say is you can create filters on anything.
Filters on internets.
You can create filters on scenes. You can create filters on sources. So very much like any filters you find on other platforms, like Instagram, for example, where you can have a filter over a photograph. The same thing kind of applies here. Now, let's start with my Be Right Back screen. So here is my Be Right Back screen. As you can see, I have got text, a browser source video, a background. I've got some nested sources as well. What you can actually do is add filters to anything. Now we're going to start with this backdrop, the blue star backdrop. As you can see, it's a video that's on loop. What I'm going to do is right click, filters, and you have audio and video filters and effect filters. If I go here to the plus button on audio video filters, it's going to give me multiple things here: compressor, expander, gain, limiter, noise gate, invert polarity, noise suppression, VS2 plugin, video delay, async. Now these are going to relate to your microphone. Now what you can do, we'll go through these in more in depth another time and how to get a better mic sound. I don't actually have any of these running because I already have them running through another software. But if you wanted to add a compressor or mess around with your game or a noise gate or a limiter, we can do that, and I will show you how to do that another time. What we're going to focus on right now is effects. So you click this little add button. Now all of these are in the basic OBS package. There's no plugins. So I've made it very basic for you guys. This is what you'll see with just OBS installed with no plugins. And we'll go through plugins another time too. So first off, we have apply LUT. You click OK. You can name it something if you want to. But just so you know what it is, we can see what it is. Now you can go browse, and it's going to give you some set ones. And again, you can get more. You can use anything as a LUT, but hey, let's go with red isolated. And then you can choose your amount. And as you can see, it overlays ever so slightly that LUT. Now, I don't use it. I don't find it all that particularly helpful, but you may want to. And if you want to hide it at any time, you can just click the I button, very similar to what you can do with sources on OBS. So you can apply them. So if I go full, hide it, goes back to normal, to its original state. And again, to reveal it again. Alright, so let's add another one. Chroma Key. Chroma Key is if you have a green screen background that you want to key out of your image. So for example, you might want to cut out all of blue in this. And as you can see, because the image is pretty much all blue, it's cut out all the blue. Now you can mess around with the similarity. So there we go. We might want a little bit of blue in there. As you can see, it's changing that background to transparent. You can also mess around with the smoothness, the color spill reduction, the opacity, the contrast, the brightness, the gamma. You can also change the color type. So if you have a green screen, that's what you would use. And we'd go through a Chroma Key green screen because I do use one now. So we'll go through how to get a good green screen another time. You can also choose custom, by the way. And you can do a color pick. And we can hide it. Next, we have color correction. This is one that I use a lot because you can really get the most out of your colors on screen here. So you can change the gamma to have it really dark and moody. You can change the contrast and the brightness, the saturation. So you can have it black or white, or you can have those colors kind of bleeding over, and you can have hue shift, so you can change the color of your background. That's a really helpful one. And then of course opacity. You can multiply the color, you can add colors. So if I go, I want this orange here, boom, it'll add that color in. Again, we can hide it. Now we can add in a color key. And this is similar to the Chroma Key. We can go blue, and it will cut out that color that you need. And we can hide it again. We have crop and pad. This is really useful if you have a source that you want to cut down. You just put in the number here, relative. So you can go left, 300, top, 300. And as you can see in the background in your scene, that image has changed because it's cropped. And you can hide it again. You can image mask blend, which helps you blend things into other images. You can go path here, and you can go original, and again it will kind of blend another image in, very similar to that LUT that we had a look at earlier. Again, we can hide this. Then we have Luma Key. Now I'll be honest, I have never used Luma Key, but it is kind of similar to the other keying things that you can do on here. You probably won't want to mess around with that unless you have a specific purpose. Render delay. It will cause a delay to the rendering of this image. I don't find it all that helpful, but you might find a use for it. Scaling aspect ratio. So you can change it from bicubic to point to bilinear to Lancasus and area. You can also change the resolution. So if I wanted to change it to say 16:9, I can do that. And you can make sure that it understorts the center of the image when scaling from ultra wide. If I change some of these things, you'll see the difference. It may help you with cropping. It might be a quicker thing to do on the fly if you know your resolution and scale filtering. We're going to hide that for now. Then we have scroll. And now you can have something scrolling through. So if you've got, for example, a long image that you want to scroll, you can do that. Or you can just do this and have it scroll through this way. So you can kind of have a seamless scrolling background, which is kind of helpful if you really want it. It's good for text as well. And then you can sharpen your image. You can have it extra sharp like so, or you can have it fairly blurry and standard. Or you can find that nice sweet spot. To remove filters, you just go remove. Yes. If you want to move them up and down, you can do that. You can move scroll to the top. You can move render delay to the top. You can move color key down and so on. But we're going to remove all of these now because I don't need them. You can also right click and remove if you want. You can also do this with a browser source. So if I go to filters, color correction, I can change my video. You could increase the opacity, so there's almost invisible. Hue shift, I can make myself look like the Hulk. Saturation, and so on. But we're going to get rid of that. So for text, as you can see, it's a similar thing, but we only have the effect filters rather than audio and video, because it is just text. Now what we can do is do scroll, for example, and say we want a horizontal scroll. And now we have a ticker style text, which is really, really nice. because you can put things at the bottom of the screen that tick along, maybe your subscribers, or a little message to remember to follow you. It's really handy to have. It's something actually I might be implementing soon on mine. So really that's filters. You can go to scenes as well and go right click, filters, and you can apply filters to that specific scene. So for example, my zoom screen, which is currently not active, I could change that and I can make a scene just to make it go black and white. I can switch to a black and white scene. So that's filters in a nutshell, guys. Very basic, but you get the idea of what you can do and what you can find. Now you can get plugins for OBS with more filters, so that's something to check out. You just want to head to the OBS forum link in the description of this video, and if you found this particularly helpful, let me know, guys, because I would love to know your thoughts on this video. And for more tutorials, stay tuned, and I'll see you real soon with the next one. Happy streaming, guys.